Today, I'm going to show you what Phil and I take on our backpacking trips. But before I get into all that, make sure you hit that red subscribe button below. Now, before we get into the very specifics, just want to reiterate that everybody packs a little different. Some people take the ultralight approach, where other people like more comfort items and don't go for the ultralight approach. Also, it's different if you're going solo rather than with a group of people. But let's take a look at exactly how me and Phil do it. Phil and I do it. First, let's talk about the big three. Now, the big three items are backpacks, sleeping bags, and tents. These three items are what is going to save you the most weight or add the most weight to your total weight. Backpacks. Most people use Kelties, Ospreys. These packs are great, comfortable, but they weigh about 4 to 5 pounds each. The ultralight approach, there's a few brands out there. I use ULA. This saved me 3 or 4 pounds switching from an Osprey to an ultralight pack. Just remember, if you're going for the ultralight approach, this is the last item you're going to make ultralight. This only holds about 23 pounds, so if your total base weight is more than that, stick to the other brands for now. The other one is tents, hammocking, whatever your approach is. There's so many light approaches. My tent is only 1 pound, but most of them aren't that light, so you really have to shop around and see exactly what it is you want. And then sleeping bags. There generally is synthetic and down. If you're going for the ultra light, down is better. But if you're going to be kayaking or if you're going to be in a wet environment, then maybe synthetic is better. It's a little heavier, but it insulates heat when wet. The next item that I generally think of are sleeping pads, and this has a lot of variations as well. If you're going for the ultra light experience, a Thermarest is best, but it's not very comfortable. Hopefully you like hard surfaces if you pick this one, but it does insulate you and it keeps the ground cold and you warm. The next option is a self-inflated pad. Now this is going to add a few more ounces to your weight, but it's more comfy, so it all depends on what you want to sacrifice and what you don't want to sacrifice. Class is in session, ladies and gentlemen. Water filters are the next big item. You need water on the trail with you, and there are hundreds of different variations to water filters. There's the pumps, there's the gravity way. There's so many different ones with different weights, so you really need to make sure you take a look at the weight depending on what you want. Do you want charcoal in it? Do you not want charcoal in it? If you don't know what that means, then probably not. Our lightest option for us, and I took this through hiking with me through the Arizona Trail, is the Sawyer. I love this thing. It's pretty fast. What I do is I take one dirty water bottle, and I always mark it. This goes at the bottom. Flip it upside down, it's gravity fed, and then clean water comes out. You don't have to carry a bag with you, anything. It's just this, and you've got clean water. The next big thing is food. Now you've got a really important decision to make here, whether or not you're going to cook your food or just take solely ready to eat items. I've met people obviously doing both. I've met people on a full through hiking trail that only did ready to eat meals, which boggled my mind because I love hot food at night. So that right there is already a decision to make. If you do decide to cook food, you don't need much. You just need one stove, one gas can, one pot, one lighter wrapped in a baggie so it doesn't get wet, and one spoon, and that's it. So it does add weight, but not that much if you do it right. If you just do ready-to-eat items, it actually catches up with you in the long run, only because ready-to-eat meals are generally heavier anyway. When you bring things that you can cook, they're dehydrated. So it does save you some weight, yet adds you weight at the same time. And don't forget the cheese and crackers, Phil and I's favorite. The next general items I think of is hygiene. How am I going to keep myself clean in the backcountry? I know you're going to get all wet and muddy and gross, but hygiene is still important, and the best is your teeth. I will have my whole body covered in mud, but I will have my teeth clean. So I always just bring a toothbrush, toothpaste, and of course floss, and that's it. The next is weirdly baby wipes. I love baby wipes. You can use this to clean your dishes, you can use this to clean yourself, and no, you don't need this whole package. You're just gonna take a few out, put it in a plastic bag, and be done with it. The next very important item is a first aid kit. Now, are you going with yourself or with people? If you're going with people, you might need one this big. If you're going by yourself, you might not need one so excessive. The next is safety. How are you going to protect yourself on the trail? I generally bring one pocket knife that I carry on my hip belt, and then I always bring bear spray. And it is for bears if I'm in bear country, but it doesn't have to be. This is one way that I can protect myself if I need to. Going along with protecting yourself is your eyes, sunglasses, your head, your hat, and some hand sanitizer is not bad. Keep your hands clean. You're going to be eating with your hands all the time. Keep your skin safe. Always bring some sunscreen. If you're with a lot of mosquitoes, bring some repellent. And you don't need anything big, those big cans. You just need something little with you. Other than that, I think we went over all the essentials. You have your shelter, you have your water. Of course, next, an essential is your heat, so you need to make sure you dress appropriately. If you're going into winter conditions or cold conditions, make sure you dress in layers. And there is so much research. Just put in how to dress in layers and you'll get tons and tons of hits. But generally, the rest of the items are comfort items. Do you want to hike with hiking poles or do you not? Do you want a sleeping liner for your sleeping bag or not? I actually do take a sleeping liner. It adds 15 degrees to your sleeping bag and it prolongs the life expectancy of your sleeping bag, which I really like. Because if you're going to invest in 3 items and actually pay money for 3 items, it should be your backpack, your sleeping bag, and your tent. Those are the most important items. This includes our How to Pack Your Pack session. Hope you enjoyed, learned something. Leave comments in the comments below. How did I do? What did I miss? What do you suggest? Anything you want? Just want to say hi? Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and see you tomorrow.